Okay, guys, this is a watch list video for Wednesday, November 23rd. That is going to be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So obviously, volume's going to die down tomorrow afternoon, but we will be trading in the morning. You do get some really nice moves on these holiday weeks, so keep that in mind. I'm also going to markets close Thursday, obviously, and I'm also going to log in and trade the probably first 90 minutes on Friday. I think the market closes at 1 on Friday, but we might be able to catch a nice morning gap play. So it's definitely going to be worth giving Friday morning a try. So look for a video either tomorrow night for Friday setups, or maybe I'll do it on Thanksgiving evening. I don't know, but there will be one more video this week. This video is for Wednesday's plays. As a quick example of what I mean when I say these holiday weeks can be, pretty nice trades. And by the way, I'm showing you a SPY here, just another strong day, all-time highs. I'm going to show you a few calls in the room today. SCON was on the video last night, and one of our moderators and the partner that helped me design the course, great trader, Wayne called out SCON 10 minutes in. You just had a pretty narrow opening range on a recent big mover, right? So Wayne just called it over the high of day, 195, stop 13 cents below, and look what happens. And that is the only trade you need all day if you had any kind of size at all. Went from 195 to 331, $1.36 a share, which was a 69% move on 13 cents risk. That was amazing and a great call by Wayne. Another one by Wayne was OPTT over, I think, 330, which is right here. And it still went up to over 390. So even that was an 18% mover on 11 cents risk that didn't stop out. And I called ROKA, another example, called ROAK right here. When it did this pop and came back down, I said ROAK, I like it back anywhere around here, around $5, right? Anywhere in here, actually, and look what happens. That thing goes to 675. So that one made a 35% move after my call, and the stop was, worst case, 20 cents below. So as you can see, there are some really nice movers. We certainly didn't catch every great mover out there, but it's pretty good trading on these holiday weeks. So it is worth it to stop on by if you're already a member, and make sure that you're going to try to trade some of these lower price stocks with us. It's been pretty darn good. So let's go into the watch list. URRE had a really nice run from $1 to $1.72, and now a very clean 3-day pullback, a little bit of a hammer candle. Definitely want to watch that one tomorrow. Dry ships, I want to say no trades in this one, but I actually lost $118 or something like that on dry ships today. I did try one trade in it. It didn't do what I was looking for, so I got back out pretty quick. I was actually able to make some money on the first half of the trade, and then it fell off so quickly that I killed the rest of the market and ended up with a $118 loss in that one. But as you saw from SCON and several others, I had a really big day today. So this one goes back on watch tomorrow. Real quick, I can show you the entry idea that I called today. Maybe. No, it's... Hold on a second here. Yeah, when this thing gapped up a little bit, sold off, right? It just looked like another ugly day. Then all of a sudden, this thing pops back up through 9. I called it anywhere around here in anticipation of a red to green and high of day break. So I got... My idea was right around this 918 area, anywhere really through 9, but really it was about 918, 920. And you can see it went up to 932. I did scale out of a little bit, and I thought, oh man, if this gets through 950, it's going to rip through 966 and probably go to 11 in 5 minutes. That wouldn't have surprised me at all, but once it came up here and never got to the red to green, I was back out. So that's where I lost my $100 and something. Having said that, now you're almost completely round trip. The low of this day, 475, and went down to 622. Again, I'm not bullish on this chart, but shorts have had a field day. This was actually $120 in pre-market the day before it halted. So it actually went from $5 to 120, and then all the way back down to $6. One of the craziest things I've seen in my well over a decade of trading. Having said all that, I think if we can get any kind of setup, I think dry ships could give a little mini squeeze. And if you have the right entry and you get a little bit of size, or you won't even need size really, you can make your daily goal pretty easy on something like this. But also, you don't have to trade it, right? Make sure that it gives you a proper setup. And with that in mind, if DRYS does rip and you miss it, a couple sympathy plays, SINO, all the charts look the same. ESEA are just simply two shippers I have shown I have chosen to use as potential sympathies in case dry ships rips out of the gate or something. Then I will look to the sympathy plays. All right, so that's my shippers. NSPR. I really love this daily chart. Really love it. I mean, you had this big spike here. Then yesterday, it spiked all the way up to 339. Then today, you've got an inside candle inside of yesterday's. This thing looks poised to rip, and it's got like I think 1 million or something in the float. Favorite setup for the day, but it's trading at 360 in after hours, so I think other people see what I'm seeing. And if it gaps up, I don't want to say all bets are off, but it changes my entry style, and I may not get one, right? It might gap up and sell off all day, so I'll have to have a proper setup. But I was telling everybody in the chat in the afternoon, I said, this thing, if it closes strong, it's going to have a beautiful daily chart, and it does. I did call this afternoon. I popped back in the afternoon, and I saw this thing pop up and almost take out 3 right here. And I knew yesterday's high wasn't very far away. So I called it long around 292 as it came back up. I think my entry idea was 292 with a 280 stop. And it gave a really nice pop to 314. Just as I teach, I sold some. It came back to my entry. I was out the rest. And then look at this. I ended up closing really, really strong. And it didn't stop out. So my entry idea worked, but unfortunately did this choppiness before really taking off. I'm not going to stay till the closing bell. I never do. Because you got to have time to pay yourself too. So anyway, really, really handsome daily chart here on NSPR. It will be on watch tomorrow. I suspect it's going to gap up, but maybe not. Maybe we'll get a better setup than I think. SCON, I'm going to put that back on watch. I just showed you, Wayne's call today right there. It was so strong that even though it tailed off for most of the afternoon, I think it's worth putting back on watch because, man, that thing's making some crazy moves. CHNR. Had this huge pop, a really nice 2-day pullback, a really nice secondary pop right there, and then kind of a quiet inside day today. So if the low floaters get going again in the morning, this is a good one to watch for. CHNR. Speaking of low floaters, LEDS had a nice pop today. This doesn't look like much, but when you go to intraday, you can kind of see how strong that move was. It actually even halted on a volatility halt and then reopened and closed pretty strong. So that's why I like it. There it is on 15s, 60s, and again, here's the daily. So former high flyer. It's a low floater, and that's why this day it was able to go from 440 to 1135. It is a bit of a tricky trader, but it's definitely worth having on watch. Couple more OPTT. This doesn't look like much, but now we possibly have a lower high. You had this big pop, right? And you finally put in, hopefully, a lower high. I'm sorry, a higher low. And then when you go to intraday, you can see it's really actually made a pretty strong move here before kind of tailing off at the end. So maybe a red to green or something like that in OPTT. And then lastly, TCCO, kind of interesting, right? Had a huge move back here, then a move here that was thwarted and back down, then another pop here. It's got great support in the 250 area, right? And so you had this kind of spike here and then a spike here. So up over, what was today's high? Up over 335, the high this day, 335. So up near 340, this one might just rip, all right? It's another low floater. Low volume stock, obviously. This pop today only on 393,000 shares. So, be careful trading stuff like that, but it might give a good setup. Maybe it'll get some volume coming in as well. As I always say, we're going to put some gappers on watch in the morning as well. And one quick comment. We got the whole Black Friday thing. I don't think I've ever run a Black Friday special. So if you have been considering taking our course, okay, we're going to give an amazing deal on Black Friday. Pretty much probably going to run through the whole weekend for the recorded version of the October course, so you won't have to wait. The actual course is in the next actual live course is going to be in January. So this would be a way to get it and actually start streaming it almost immediately if you buy it, and it's going to be an amazing deal. So watch tomorrow night's video, and we'll give you more details on that for a Black Friday special on our day trading course. All right. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.